guys, John here from Nothing But Cardboard. I'm going to do a video today on how to mail securely, safely, the best way that we can do stuff as far as a shipper. Hope that you'll like this content. Leave a comment down below if there's something different that you know about, and subscribe to the channel, and we appreciate you guys. Alright, let's get started. We've had some issues lately where mail carrier stole, I think it was $40,000 worth of cards. He stole over 100 cards. That idiot went to the card shop in his carrier uniform after work and said, "Hey, I want to sell these cards. How much are they worth?" He didn't even know anything about them. He just knew they were worth some money, so that tipped him off also. So when they pulled the surveillance video from the card shop, they saw the guy in his uniform with all the cards. First of all, I just want to say I work at the post office, worked there for 35 years, so it's not just some card guy, saying stuff. This is stuff that actually I see and I know. So what's the problem with mailing? What happens? First of all, you got the seller that prints a shipping label, but may not actually put it in the post office, and he'll say that he mailed it. You got the postal worker or UPS or FedEx guy that seals it. It gets lost in the mail. You'd be surprised how many times we're moving equipment around, and you look down in there and you'll see a package or a box or a letter that they thought was empty in that equipment. It's just sitting in the corner somewhere. Porch pirates are another problem. Mailboxes on the street, you put your flag up, somebody sees that. Kids are walking up and down the street going to the bus or coming home. Or other issues, the buyer. Sometimes the buyer says they didn't get it, or the item wasn't what they said they were mailing. I ended up getting this card when I bought this card. So there's more than just the post office or the mailing worker. Unfortunately, there's bad people. Bad people suck. These are some tips of what you can do to protect yourself. So you want to properly package your cards, and you want them to be protected. So this mailer here, what I use, what a lot of people use for a slab, it feels like a slab. This is how I got this slab. My suggestion, if you watch more videos, you'll see they put bubble wrap around it, put 2 pieces of cardboard, painter's tape, makes it a little bit thicker, a little bit different, so it doesn't, could be a small book, you're not really sure. You can put it in bigger envelopes. You can put them in boxes and mail them so they don't look like sports cards. If you're doing $20, $30, under $50 slabs, this is fine. I wouldn't worry about it. Mainly I'm talking about higher dollar, higher end slabs that we're mailing. Do not put billion-dollar sports cards or high value sports cards. Don't even put just sports cards, slab seller, anything like that in your name. You just want it to be basic, my name, my address, that's it. Once you get in a relationship with your postal worker at the window or your carrier, feel free to talk to them, but the best scenario is trust no one. So when you go to the post office, you don't want to go in there and go, "Hey, I'm mailing all these high dollar sports cards." That's just not a good idea to tell them what's inside. Next thing is, if you're mailing high dollar cards, you want to mail them so they get a signature. You want to mail them insured so they're protected. They're not going to leave it in the mailbox, sitting on the street or at the porch. If the person's not home, carrier will leave a notice. The notice has the tracking number. This item was left. You can go to the post office, pick it up. Any insurance over $501 requires a signature. That starts at about $11 plus the postage. The safest way to mail things in the post office is called registered mail. Registered mail is under lock and key. Each person has to sign for it. When you take this to the window and you mail it, they got to stamp it up and do everything to it. It goes in a book. When that person turns in at night, the next person signs for it. It goes in a bag. Each person that touches that bag or that package has to sign for it. When your carrier gets it to deliver it, he signs for it and goes out, and then he has to bring back the slip to show your signature on there that it got signed. So it's the safest way out of anything to mail. So if you're selling cards for $1,000 or more, it's up to you. $500 or more if you want to just make sure. But definitely $1,000 or more cards, you want to send them registered mail. Registered mail starts at $15 plus whatever the postage is. $2,000 worth of insurance on a registered piece is $22 plus whatever the postage is. So it can be a little bit pricey. It does slow it down a little bit because each person signs for it, but it's by far the safest way to mail something. If you mail it insured, you'd be able to file a claim. Everything's done online. They're going to contact, you can do it online. The post office is going to contact the buyer. They're going to say they didn't receive it. They're going to contact you, ask you tracking numbers, how you mailed it. Then you have to give them documentation on the value of what it's worth. you're probably not going to get back. If you sell it for $500 and that's the insurance that you put on it, you're probably not going to get back the $500. It's going to be whatever the value is. But at least you're going to get something back for the card. You're not going to be completely out of the money for the card. I tried to call eBay and see what would happen if I mailed something. It shows it was delivered and they say it wasn't delivered, but the tracking shows it was delivered. What is eBay? Are they going to charge you? Are they going to charge a person? Or are they just going to write it off? And unfortunately, I couldn't get anywhere. I talked to a guy named Juan in Bangladesh, and he was not really understanding my questions, so I was not able to get any information on that. Another tip is, if you pre-package yours, you can take it to the post office. They have bins that you can just throw them in, or you slide them in the wall and get rid of them. I would spend a little extra time, wait in line. The guy will mail it, he'll put on the scale, he'll scan it, he'll give you a receipt. That starts the tracking. So tracking started, this item was dropped off at the post office, the date and the time. The buyer can't say you didn't ship it. You're covering yourself by getting that scan. Mailman, when he picks it up, he's got a scanner one. He can scan it if you're outside, if you see him. So take the time to get it scanned. So my suggestion is high dollar cards, insure them. Super high dollar cards, like over $1,000, send them registered mail. You want to get a signature, you want to have tracking. Again, leave any comments down below, something that maybe you guys are doing or that you've seen that's a little more secure. Bad people everywhere. So it could be UPS, it could be FedEx, it could be Postal Service. Unfortunately, it's happening. All right, guys, I think this was long enough. I appreciate you guys for watching. Again, like and subscribe, and you guys have a good day.